The Middle East is on a knife's edge. In this analysis, we're putting the escalating conflict between the US, Israel, and Iran under the microscope. We'll be looking at the military strikes, the political fallout, and the strategic game being played, all to understand one critical question.
Is this the path to an all-out war? You know, with the missile strikes, the high-stakes political moves, and the devastating human cost? Understanding where this is all headed has never been more critical. So, let's start with the facts on the ground.
All right, first up, let's get a clear picture of the latest developments. We're going to look at the military actions from all sides and, just as importantly, the immediate and devastating human toll of this escalation. Iran's National Security Council has made a major claim, stating that over 500 American military personnel were killed in their counterstrikes. Now, it's absolutely crucial to note that this number has not been independently verified and remains a claim coming out of Tehran.
In stark contrast, Iran's Ministry of Health has released specific figures on civilian casualties resulting from US-Israeli strikes. They're reporting that 926 civilians have been killed, with that number continuing to rise, providing a verifiable metric on the conflict's human impact inside Iran. This comparison really lays bare the information war that's being waged right alongside the military one. On one side, you have an unverified high-impact claim about military losses. On the other, a specific and verifiable report on the human toll. It just goes to show how difficult it is to separate fact from propaganda in the fog of war.
And the crisis is spilling over. The UN is reporting a mass exodus from Tehran. Casualties are rising in Israel. Israeli strikes are hitting Beirut, and evacuations are underway near the US Embassy in Qatar. This is no longer a contained conflict. It's spiraling into a regional humanitarian emergency.
So, who's making the decisions that are leading to this chaos? Let's turn to the political front to see how leaders are justifying their actions and what diplomatic or anti-diplomatic moves are being made on the world stage.
Here we have the official justification coming out of the White House. President Donald Trump framed the initial strikes not as an act of aggression, but as a defensive necessity to prevent what he called an imminent attack on both US and Israeli interests.
Now, that very justification is facing a major test right inside the American political system. The Senate is preparing to vote on a war powers resolution, which is an attempt to reclaim Congress's authority over the decision to go to war. This could potentially limit the president's ability to escalate further without approval.
Meanwhile, the rhetoric and the actions across the region are only getting hotter. Israel's defense minister issued a direct threat to any new leader in Iran. Iran's foreign minister declared diplomacy dead. And key neighbors like Saudi Arabia and Turkey are now actively intercepting missiles, getting drawn deeper into the vortex of this conflict. All right, with the political stage set, what are the bigger strategic moves being made here? What can we learn from the spread of this conflict? And what does it tell us about the military capabilities and doctrines of the powers involved? According to US Central Command, or CENTCOM, the scale of this operation is massive. We're talking over 50,000 personnel, 200 combat aircraft, and multiple carrier strike groups, powerful naval fleets centered around aircraft carriers. This represents the largest concentration of American military power in the region in a generation.
And the intensity of the operations is just staggering. In the first 100 hours alone, US and Israeli forces hit 2,000 targets. Israel by itself used over 5,000 munitions. In response, Iran and its allies like Hezbollah have launched their own waves of missile and drone attacks. This is a multi-front, high-tech war.
Now, let's shift gears to a development that is potentially rewriting the rules of modern naval warfare. I'm talking about a submarine attack that happened far from the Persian Gulf, out in the Indian Ocean.
The torpedoing of an Iranian frigate by a submarine isn't just a tactical event. This is the first confirmed kill of a warship by a submarine in that ocean since the Second World War. That single act carries enormous historical and strategic weight for every navy on the planet.
This incident really breaks down a game-changing moment. The target was the IRS Dina, a major surface warship. The attack was carried out stealthily and successfully by a US submarine. The result was catastrophic for the Iranian crew, with at least 80 confirmed dead. And the strategic impact? Well, this proves that even in the satellite age, a single stealthy underwater asset can neutralize a major surface warship far from the main theater of conflict. It's forcing every navy to rethink its own vulnerability and the true reach of submarine warfare.
Finally, let's look ahead. What are the long-term consequences of this conflict? We're going to focus on the seismic shift in Iran's leadership and how that could permanently alter the balance of power across the Middle East.
With Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei reportedly killed in the initial strikes, reports from Iranian media claim his son, Mojtaba Khamenei, has been chosen to succeed him. This suggests a move toward a dynastic succession, a monumental transition of power happening under the extreme pressure of a foreign military attack. And that leaves us with a critical question for the future. How will a new Iranian leadership, forged in the fires of this conflict, permanently reshape the alliances, the rivalries, and the geopolitical fault lines of the entire Middle East? The region is sailing into uncharted waters.
The situation is changing by the hour, and this story is far from over. To stay up to date with clear, objective analysis as this and other global events unfold, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Global Conflict Brief. Thanks for watching.